किसी भी हालत में इस मुद्दे से दोनों समुदाय के बीच में दरार पैदा नहीं होना है। ये मैं सबसे विनती यही करूंगा।
Welcome back to The Buck Stops Here. It seems that Deoband has been at the center of more than one storm this past week, what with the controversy over the Vande Mataram Fatwa and the Home Minister's visit there. But now, after all the sound and fury, there's been another quiet visitor to Deoband, Sri Ravi Shankar. He's our newsmaker tonight. Now, Sri Ravi Shankar ji, why did you feel the need to go to Deoband at all, given the controversy that was raging around their resolutions?
I had three objectives to go. One is to fulfill my old commitment of visiting Deoband when the Maulanas from Deoband had visited Bangalore a couple of years back. So that was one thing that I wanted to go and visit them, honor their invitation. The second was I'm also mediating between the rabbis and the imams in the World Council. So we are planning to resolve the Palestinian-Israel issue. Imams and rabbis of the world, we are having a fourth conference. So to invite them for that. And then the third most important was to talk about the Vande Mataram controversy. So it was quite natural for me to go and sit with them and talk to them, And wherever there is conflict, I do go, I do visit.
But you brought up the Vande Mataram controversy, and you have some sense of the backlash in many parts of the country over that resolution, saying it was un-Islamic to sing Vande Mataram from believing Muslims. When you brought this up with the clerics there, did you get a sense that they were ready to change their position at all?
We had an hour-long discussion on this, and then they said, it's a 12-year-old fatwa, it was not new, that's what they told me. And I explained to them about the Vande, it does not mean only worshipping, it means thanksgiving as well, And then we had a very good atmosphere then. Then they only spoke to the media afterwards. They said if someone wants to sing, we have no objection. But since the fatwa has already been given, we cannot take it back. So that softening in the stance was what was very obvious, and they only spoke to the media. They were all there that time. Yeah.
But Sri Ravi Shankar ji, what about some of the other completely absurd resolutions of Deoband that haven't got the media attention? They deserve a resolution against women's reservation because they don't want women to be in the mainstream, a resolution against the anti-AIDS program of the government. Did you bring these up at all, and do you believe that these need to change, that religious orthodoxy needs to change on these issues?
Absolutely, absolutely. But that's what I said, we have to be progressive, we have to consider the present time, and we cannot ignore the women's rights at all, because we live in a different age. It's like saying, I love laziness.
Well, it's glad to, I'm happy to hear a spiritual leader saying that. But one last question to you. There have been many debates since the Home Minister led a political delegation to Deoband about whether politicians should be visiting religious congregations at all. What's your own take on that? Should politicians be mingling with the orthodoxy of faith?
No, I don't see there is anything wrong from politicians going to religious congregation. In fact, they should all work together. There should be communication. We should not break communication with anybody in the world. That's my contention. We should always be open to communication, open to ideas, and the religious leaders are the pillars of the society, politicians, the business world, social workers. All these different avenues of society will have to work in rhythm, in cooperation. The thing is, religion should not be politicized, and politics should not enter into religion and side one religion or the other. A politician should go to all religious congregations, if at all they go, or should go to none. Then that is true secularism. Unfortunately, in our country, one party goes to one religion, another party goes to another religion. Instead of uniting the people of different religion, the party lines also interfere and try to dividing them. This is against secularism.
I think that's
Otherwise, there is no problem in they going or addressing them or giving their importance. They shouldn't put fire one against the other or rake up old issues and make things worse.
I think
that's very important.
I think that's very well said, that politicians and political parties shouldn't be selective about which faith they choose to engage with. They should be equal and not be discriminatory in that extent. Thank you so much, Sri Ravi Shankar, for being our newsmaker tonight.